A deadly mistake may have cost 3 American service personnel their lives. U.S. officials now admitting the drone attack on a U.S. base in Jordan happened just as an American drone was returning from a mission, and personnel got the two confused.
It's your first look inside Tower 22, the little-known U.S. base where 3 soldiers were killed, 2 of them women, and more than 40 wounded by a drone attack. Tower 22 is a strategic outpost tucked into the desert of northeast Jordan. The women soldiers were identified as Specialist Kennedy Sanders, 24, and Brianna Moffett, 23. Sergeant William Rivers, 46, was also killed.
So we start this hour in the occupied West Bank, where at least 3 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli troops inside a hospital in Jenin. So this is believed to be the moment when Israeli special forces dressed as doctors and nurses raided the main buildings in the Ibn Sina hospital. The Israeli military infiltrated the city during the night. Sirens have been sounded in Jenin now in expectation of more raids.
An extraordinary sight on the Paris highways. Tractors, hundreds of them, as far as the eye can see. Signs in French reading, "Angry Farmer." Angry over what French farmers say is an existential threat to their way of life. Red tape, low prices, and high taxes they say may put them out of business. But now, farming unions say they're kicking into higher gear, vowing a siege on the French capital, attempting to block all major roads into Paris, threatening to drive their tractors all the way to Élysée, the presidential palace. In southern France, farmers setting a truck of red peppers on fire, then flipping it. Tires set aflame, trash dumped outside government offices.
A court in Pakistan has sentenced former Prime Minister Imran Khan to 10 years in jail. He has been found guilty of revealing official state secrets. The former Prime Minister was ousted in a no-confidence vote in 2022, and Khan is currently serving a 3-year prison sentence in a corruption case, a different case. His sentencing comes ahead of parliamentary elections next month.
North Korea has fired yet another round of cruise missiles, this time off its western coast. Seoul's Joint Chiefs of Staff detected the launch of several cruise missiles at around 7 a.m. Tuesday into the West Sea. The type of cruise missile is unknown, but the launch comes just 2 days after the North tests fired what it claims to be submarine-launched cruise missiles off its east coast.
A packed stadium as tens of thousands of people watch the return of bullfighting in Mexico City, convinced that this sport is part of the country's culture. But outside the stadium, hundreds of protesters gathered, angry at what they say amounts to animal cruelty.
This morning, new hope in the decades-long search to solve the mystery of what happened to Amelia Earhart and find the wreckage of her plane. A sonar image now shows what some say could be part of her Lockheed 10E Electra aircraft sitting on the ocean floor. Earhart set out on a journey around the world in 1937 after becoming the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. Tony Romeo, head of the exploration company Deep Sea Vision, recently searched across 5,200 square miles of the Pacific Ocean floor using an unmanned submersible. In the final leg of the expedition, the team captured this sonar image of what looks like an object shaped like an airplane resting underwater within 100 miles of Howland Island, near where Earhart was believed to have gone down after refueling in Papua New Guinea.
They're a familiar and colourful sight on our high streets. and an unwelcome addition to our landfill. Now, disposable vapes are set to be banned in Britain as part of plans to tackle the rise in young people vaping. It forms part of the government's commitment to create a smoke-free generation with an incremental raising of the legal smoking age.